It's time for Storyvival. And today, on the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti, let's find out the story of Hanuman's birth. Once upon a time, there was an Apsara called Punjikasthala. What is an Apsara, you ask? Apsaras are magical women in heaven. They are the dancers in the court of god Indra and other gods. Some of the famous Apsaras are Rambha, Menaka, Urvashi and Tilottama. Just like them, another Apsara was Punjikasthala. One day, Punjikasthala was roaming around and she saw a sage sitting deep in meditation. The face of the sage looked a little bit like a monkey's, and Punjikasthala found this very funny. She started to laugh, but the sage remained undisturbed and continued with his meditation. Then Punjikasthala started to throw stones and fruits at the sage. His meditation got disturbed. He was very angry at Punjikasthala. He stood up and he shouted at her, "You have disturbed my meditation. I curse you. You are very proud of your beauty. You think a monkey-like sage sitting in meditation is funny? I curse you to become a monkey and lose your beauty." Hearing this, Punjikasthala started to cry. She fell at the sage's feet and she said, "O great sage, I did not realize the foolishness of my actions. Please forgive me and take your curse back. I beg of you." The sage said, "I cannot take my curse back, but I can give you a way out. Pray to Lord Shiva. If you give birth to a child that is an avatar or form of Lord Shiva, you will be freed from your curse." Hearing this, Punjikasthala was a little relieved. By this time, her beauty was already gone and monkey-like hair were growing all over her body. She bowed to the sage and she left for the forest. Punjikasthala did not want people to know that her beauty was taken away by a curse. So she renamed herself as Anjana and started to live in the forest. She built a hut for herself and she built a Shivalinga outside the hut. Then she started to pray to Lord Shiva every day to bless her and be born as her child. During this time in the forest, Anjana met the king of monkeys. His name was Kesari. Very soon they fell in love and they got married. Anjana continued to pray to Lord Shiva to bless her and be born as her child. Now let us pause here for a moment. Do you remember the story of Ram's birth? King Dashrath had conducted a grand yajna to pray for children. And when god Agni appeared in the fire, he had a bowl of kheer or payasam for Dashrath to be fed to the queens so that they may have children. When Dashrath was taking the kheer to his queens, a bird had come and snatched away Queen Sumitra's portion and then it had flown away, remember? Now, when this bird was flying, the kheer started to fall from its beak. Just then, Vayu, the god of wind, made a breeze blow and the kheer started to fly in the air. At this time, Anjana was sitting outside her hut and praying to Lord Shiva. The kheer that Vayu had saved from falling to the ground fell in her hands. Anjana ate the kheer, and just like King Dashrath's queens, Anjana gave birth to a child sometime later. Lord Shiva had been very happy with Anjana's prayers, and so he was born as Anjana's child. By giving birth to Lord Shiva's form, Anjana was freed from her curse and returned to heaven as Apsara Punjikasthala. This son of Anjana was Hanuman. Since he was Anjana's son, another name for Hanuman is Anjaneya. Kesari was his father and Anjana's husband. So, Hanuman is also known as Kesari Nandan or Kesari's son. And god Vayu had saved the kheer from falling to the ground, leading to Hanuman's birth. So, Hanuman is also known as Pavanaputra or the son of the wind. Such is the story of the birth of Hanuman, Lord Rama's greatest devotee. We hope you enjoyed this story on the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti and will come back soon for more.